straight line profile separation. I make that distinction first. Our model's hair is worn out. For us to grow healthier, this style one short bob cut. Worn sections on the ends of the top. I'm creating the second division now, the crown separation. The separation of the crown is also our comb, from the point where your back touches. I will create the distinction here. So this distinction is exactly the end of the ear. Profile separation. From the end of an ear, I'm sober until the other ear science. Again one straight line. I'm creating a crown separation. Burden. We divide the hair into 4 main sections. Now in a gradual way from the nape part. I'm going to start the haircut. Now while cutting hair, if you lean like that, it will also be harmful to your own health. That's why it is very comfortable with the help of such a wheelchair. On short haircuts in the same line, you can do this kind of work. First now while cutting hair. According to the hair color of the hair, you can also use a comb. Here in light tones 1. I choose combs in dark tones because it's hair. Here in the open sections, as you can see comb. And I can see the hair clearly. But if I used an open comb, I had a little trouble cutting. That's why. Well, it is important to use a comb according to the color of the hair. We lean forward of our customer's light head of our model. Now your neck is short. First create our guide. Here a little more in the chic cut. Sharp horse cutting technique for a clear cut. So I'll create a cut with a straight scissor stroke. Here I adjust the shortness to myself. And my comb. Using as ruler. I'm creating a straight line. Here I comb the hair according to the natural output drop. And my comb. There are small stones here with a machine. Now we cut our first glass. This is the length of our hair now creating horizontal separations in a gradual way. We will continue our cutting, here at an angle of 45 degrees by opening the hair. I continue my cuts. I created one horizontal distinction. burden. By creating a horizontal one distinction in Guinea. I'm looking at the bottom of your hair from the previous height, checking and touching my finger on the neck. I'm creating a 45-degree angle here, and I cut the guinea horizontally. It's horizontal 45 degrees. There is also a vertical 45 degrees. You can use both in the same way. Her hair is vertical. You can create a 45-degree angle again. Same way. You can cut it like this or you can cut it horizontally. Both in the same way. You can adapt. I look at the bottom of our hair, I see our guide. And continue my guide here. I'm touching my guinea finger by opening it here. We see our guide in our hair again from the bottom. We always act according to the guide. While cutting. Now we have passed the second stage. So we're creating a gravitation bob design here. Staggered floor. There will be one textured cut, a little more voluminous than the nape part, and it will fall off. Here the stance of our model's head is very important. At least slightly forward. Must be. Again, previous haircut. I'm checking the section we've done. From the bottom. After seeing it. 45-degree angle with my little finger. By creating this angle. Your hair. Separation parallel with one grip. I see it here and I cut it. Yes. I'm scanning parallel to the separation again. I'm looking at our hair from the bottom. I see the point of the hair we cut before. Following my guide here. Again slightly diagonal at one angle of 45 degrees. I cut with angle. Shake, 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 shake. Ah. Cut to ear level up to 45 degrees. After 45 degrees. Because our angle has changed. Now. Our grip will also change. We will concentrate a little more flaws here. Yes. Take both a little and me and don't leave for sure. One more click here, one more click back. It can be from this angle. Now here I will cut by creating vertical angles. I was creating a horizontal cut before. Now that our hanger has changed, the angle after the ear level vertically. By creating distinctions, I will create. Here again, I will protect the 45-degree angle, the cut. Vertical 45. Our hair comb. I will adapt to the exit direction. I touch our comb and comb. Here is a 90-degree 1 exit angle. But what am I doing? I cut it 45 degrees as a cut. So 90-45 degrees 1. Creating a cutting angle. I continue to cut, burden. I create a folding at a 90-degree angle. And 45-degree opening or one more. We return a homogeneous image. Here again gradually creating vertical angles. I'm touching my comb again according to the direction of hair exit. I comb it according to the bottom of the hair and the direction of exit. Scanning at one angle of 90 degrees, I cut it vertically and at an angle of 45 degrees. 45-degree inside out. Here the upper parts stay longer, the bottom is shorter. What's up here? Short hair pushes long hair and more stingy. Makes it happen. Direction of hair. I create a 90-degree angle according to and when cutting. My guide from the short point of the hair 45 degrees 1. I cut with angle. Hair my comb. Touching the stream. I scan 90 degrees straight. According to the exit direction, that is, suitable for the and exit after direction seeing the guide of the hair 45 degrees 1. I create and cut angle. Yes. Now here is the hair part hair. Neck from the front. Guinea diagonal by creating one distinction. Cross the front part of the hair a little more. We will leave it long, so it will be transitional from short to long. That's why I'm going to the right side of the hair. And light diagonal one by creating a distinction. From the front of the hair. Here in a gradual way. According to our guide. Here is Guinea for your hair to be long in front of you. You need to create a 45-degree angle downwards. And I cut. As you can see, there was one fold that stretched slightly forward. Ha. Here it is equally light. Cross the front like this. Diagonal one distinction forward. Here I comb your hair in parallel with the separation. Neither right nor left hair. Let's say T-shape here, T distinction. I see my guide here. I'm creating a 45-degree angle again. Curve down and cutting. As you can see, the front is a little longer. Now I'm at the top here. I'm creating a vertical distinction in Guinea. You may not cut it in one go like this, me too. I take it once. Because the directions of the hair exit direction are different. Here now. We touch our skin with your hair. And the exit direction here is 90 degrees 1. I'm creating an angle and here. The guide we cut. And in accordance with this guide, I'm cutting. Because the end and end parts of it are a little short. I cut it too short. If it's long, the hair is still creating an angle of 45 degrees, so you can cut it here. But I'm to pick up the fractures on the ends. According to your hair length, he still takes the fractures on the ends without breaking it. Again in a gradual way. In 2 pieces. No? According to the structure of the hair by creating slice distinctions here. We create a cut. Hair distribution is better than that. I touch the bottom of my comb and 90 degrees according to the exit direction of my comb. Scanning angle and again. Hair from the point I cut the longest. This guide continues my guide. And take a piece to your manual. Same way according to the structure of the hair. To be. I touch the bottom of my comb and according to the exit place. Scanning angle by creating a 90-degree deficit and after seeing the guide, I'm cutting. God bless. Here we scan the upper parts. Now here is my head. The head of our model is very important. Angle now we give back a little bit. And we give it sideways. Then. And scanning now. By checking Guinea with a comb. Our comb needs to touch the neck. Because by getting support here. Not to be crooked. After seeing this guide. According to our guide, cross our hair comb a little more. A little more in front of you. We will make it long. And we do our cutting process. Slightly curved forward as you can see. I'm coming to the right. In the same way, the stance of our model. I adapt the same way. And here, combing from top to bottom. I touch my comb to the neck without pressing too much. And as you can see from this part. After seeing my guide. I'm cutting. One design stretching forward as you can see here. Bulky back. Now the part we cut from the top. First after forming the neck, a little bit to the here part. That's why we'll make movement. We take this section. A distinction we call horseshoe. By creating. Starting from this part. Starting from the section we call hat separation. I make a distinction with none. We can also call this a distinction. From the top. It's in the form of U, so it looks like a mistake. If you want the front part of the hair to be long here again, you can create an upward angle of 45 degrees. Like this. Thing right angle with 90-degree angle right angle. And a 45-degree angle with a scanning angle and a cutting angle. As here section. Gradual shape again. I cut it in one piece because the hair is short here. If the hair is long, you can cut it in at least 3 pieces. Because even if you cut it in one piece, the hair will be too short. So you cut it gradually in 3 pieces. The front part falls even longer. Hair here. On the end sides. To balance worn sections. I cut. After doing this, we will apply a thinning process. Hair. In those extreme parts. To soften hard transitions. Lightweight. Fashion show scissors with intermediate scissors. Again in a gradual way. Thinning hair. While thinning here. Neither from the bottom nor from the ends, your hair is light like this. You can thin the hair starting from the short middle part. If you take it from the bottom, the hair will swell a lot this time. My hair is usually always. Of course it depends on the length of the hair. Here more from the end. We will apply. So the middle part. Straight if you want. If you want, also in a cross way. You can create. Like this. One, two, three. Yes, our design is like this. I will show you the latest version of the blow dryer. Lightweight layer gravitation. Our bob haircut. You also use these techniques. You can cut. Yes, don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks.
Greetings to you today, asymmetrical graduation bob. Haircut asterisk, how to do it, I will explain it in detail. Starting haircut, we create the basic distinctions. Here's your hair, we will divide it into 5 main sections. I apply a distinction in star technique asterisk. And triangular from the front, then right and left, starting from a peak. Make star-shaped distinctions and back in 2 pieces, as you can see, after creating the separation asterisk A. Certain from the occipital area, I made a diagonal distinction asterisk and after. Creating this distinction, I make another horizontal distinction. This distinction asterisk determine the basis of the hair. That is, The shortness of the hair asterisk, provided that you do not open the nape part too much here. Asterisk, asterisk, a horizontal one on the nape straight one. By creating a distinction, as you can see by using our scissors as a ruler with its precise technique. That is, with straight scissors free, I determined the hair length of our model and then guinea same way. After specifying our guide, the next pinch same way, the hair point we cut before as a guide, I cut the same size after making this cut asterisk again. At 45-degree angles here, on the back of the hair as you can see asterisk 45 degrees of vertical separation from. Now, on I add texture to the hair, and this is graduation so, to get the look. The back is a curved folded view asterisk with a slight 45-degree angle to achieve EE. Now, I'm giving texture to the back of the hair, then asterisk. We divided the two main sections in the first main section, so triangular again in diagonal form asterisk. I give texture to the hair by creating distinctions asterisk from the middle part again, forming an angle of 45 degrees. I continue to add texture to the hair, starting from the middle part texture. Now EE after, cutting 45 steel angle, cutting the other piece in line with the same guide scanning backwards asterisk, both. The front part of the hair is curved like this asterisk to achieve a sweet look and an image. Extending the blow dry, I cut it at a 45-degree angle to get, and so the transitions are moving and more. Smooth E to provide transitions I cut by creating diagonal separations asterisk, and after coming to the third piece. From the middle part to the guinea, I create a vertical distinction and her. Hair is 45 degrees from the inside out asterisk. I gain texture by cutting and guinea the hair point I cut. Before combing backwards at an angle of 245 degrees we have earned with moving image asterisk. I keep shaping asterisk, so I cut it in the same line with the hair point I cut before equalize each other asterisk. As you can see, our folding process on the back we applied, we cut it in two sections. We divided it in two sections. We cut this section, yes. And now the next asterisk, the same way to the hair point. We reserved for the leader to be taller another diagonal distinction asterisk. We created in scanning backwards asterisk 45-degree angle. This way it will go forward to get a longer look from short to long. We do our cutting process by following asterisk. Our angle here is 45 degrees. Horizontal asterisk, a horizontal opening of 45 degrees and asterisk with grip. Angle, we get an image that stretches down EE for the right side to be shorter asterisk. And again, this time we make the distinction. And here we are with scissors asterisk down. Again slightly. EE a more straight at an angle of 5 degrees asterisk. So, vary was not curved. Make our process to get a shorter image here is the neck that is suitable for short. As you can see, I cut by equalizing the right side is short. The left side is longer asterisk. We will have a look in this section. Finally, we come to the top. As you can see, I made a distinction on the top. Vertical again, and after creating a vertical separation, first asterisk we cut hair point as a sword again asterisk from the work outward at an angle of 45 degrees. Now I continue my cutting here. The back is more curved, and we get a folded look after creating the distinction here. I hold the front and our customer exit. Direction on the front asterisk, which way he separates it. Take it that way. Yes, I cut the right side short. I equate it with the shortness we have appeared in the nape part asterisk, so. And the other left side 2 asterisk. The front will be longer with a 45-degree angle. I'm scanning backwards, somehow again, at an angle of 45 degrees. Now I'm applying my cutting process. We make the front part longer here. We add some texture to the front of the hair, yes, and a little bit with light scrolling technique asterisk. I'm moving plain front part. Yes, we finished. Cutting the model of our hair asterisk now. Here next stage with F-file scissors asterisk now. E in a gradual way, starting from the back of the hair endsway, will apply a thinning processor is the effect that I applied to the ends of the hair with scissors, providing a more homogeneous transition of your hair asterisk. A beautiful image with softer transitions we make it take at the ends of your hair. Hard transitions softening yes, fold on the floors with F-file scissors to prevent their hard passage asterisk. I apply a thinning. Process your hair, as you can see here, perpendicular to the ends asterisk. I thinned it with Pictus technique, then I scan again with the picnic stone technique on the ends of the hair, thinning the ends with the net scissors. Yes, here. Asterisk, we definitely don't. Hit the bottom of the hair with the E-file scissors asterisk short hair. If we hit the bottom, because it will always repel long hair more. You encounter a problem like swelling, so in here for the model to get a softer image, we only thin the ends definitely. F-file scissors, in very rare cases, it's used so the bottom of the hair is hit too by the name of the person. So always thinning the ends of the hair asterisk. It will be better and more advantageous. So we don't apply guarantor scissors to the bottom of the hair plea, to the ends of the hair, and make it more natural. And to make a nice transition, our model ply asymmetrical left side long right side asterisk, short compared to the other section bob hair design. So you guys are like this asterisk. If you want to get a haircut asterisk social media in the description, part of my video reaching me from my address's haircut by coming to my salon asterisk service and other hairdressing services you can get service. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I will be with you with new videos. Hope to see you. Goodbye.
See you Sunello Evrianetto. You today Pixie how to do bob haircut in detail. Will tell I divided the hair into two main sections. Upper stage and I separated two pieces as the lower stage, and from the nape part so your hair is short andium starting to cut it with vertical separations to be folded as you can see starting from the right. Moving to the lefteam, standing in the midly and, again from the left side towards the middle and, continue my cutting process with vertical separations, thicker, hirium. Applying B cutting, accordance with the E thickness of my finger E, I touch your scalp to the bottom so I touch my finger on the skin of the hair. Andy continued to process finger thick cuts after, making his first short like that. 2. I'm creating the distinction. I'm creating horizontal separations. Horaso, I created a horizontal distinction, and then with vertical separation C. I continue my haircut at 45 degreesium, starting from the right. I'm coming to the middle. This timey coming from the left side E, I continue, so from the right to the middle, from left to middle. So always hairnite in the middle, as short nessim. Applying a 45-degree angle here, 3 now, by creating upright distinctions. Distinction also, I divided it again. I created one diagonal distinction. and comb the hair according to the exit placement. I cut it at an angle of 45 liras to Guinea. Created a vertical separation, and I see my guide at the bottom. I always follow my guidesso the hair on the bottom after seeing the hair point. I cudium, adjusting the angle so it's 45 degrees. Creating an angle I definitely say when I create a 45 lira angle. The back of the hair is short, so there are longer sections from the top. Directly E. If I cut it according to the short hair, how can I not create a 45 lira angle? It happens this time it's short on the bottom and the short on the top are the same size. It happens, and it will be short please when I make an angle of 45 steel. I see the short section at the bottom V. I cut 45 steel at an angle's top stays longer. The bottom is still short compared to him. I keep going like this and elong sections on the right and left sides on the back E with short partas. You can see forming the diagonal separation again 45 degrees. Short from the front E, short from the back, one extending forward. I create the viewers. You can see so the front is long and the back is short and folded as you can see. From the top to the ear level, so I created a coronation. I make one distinction from one ear to the other, or normally everyone, so 10,000. Crown separation. This EA after creating a crown separation, I create a vertical separation of the rest of the back end. This distinction is vertical search first from behind as you can see. With the hair length, I cut before him putting it together, but this hair size is also the bottom one from the bottom up 451 cut from the inside out at a degree angle. I cut with point I see the hair spot. I cut before and cut from the inside out. These upper sides are longer than the lower sides are shorter, and the volume makes it bulky. So short hair pushing long hirand one fuller image occurs. Haraguania. A distinction from the peak of the harium creating gin 1 guinea from the hair point. I cut before this time. I lift the hair up 90 degrees, but again at the hair point I cut before. 1 I see my guide, and so I cut it from short to long at an angle of 45 degrees. After cutting in the middle left side is crossed again. I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees. Sure, the front is longer and the back is shorter than Hyman fold 1 image. Ugatas, you can see herium adjusting with E short sections on the back. I made a cross distinction to the front, starting with the shortest section at the back toe. The front at an angle of 45 degrees. I make your hair grow forward in my cutting process. I continue with the sharpening cutting technique with a straight scissor stroke. I continue scanning backwards. The reason I scan backwards is in the back. Scan the back for scanning and short sections ISO E because I cut it in accordance with my cover from short to long, and E inside I created. One angle front is longer and the back is shorter. One image A hair design that you can easily use. This summer's weakest is short. The front is long. If you want to get a haircut like this, you can reach me on social media. Addresses me in the description section of my video. So by reaching my living room from here, I work by appointment as an appointmentee haircutting service. By coming to my salon, by making an appointmentee long service signed other hairdressing services you can get servicized hairy. I use pivot point technique as a haircut, literally pivot point to hairy one guide for us by applying this Gwitty Pixie Bob haircut, starting from the nape part with the E-file, scissors gradual light E-hard scissor blowsy to soften the ends to get its hardness in, thinning the transition of hair here too. It's softer ease here with E-elephant scissor softening the ends of the hair starting as if the cut starts again from the neck. I thin the ends slightly with E-file scissors. I don't apply it to the bottom of the hair, only to the ends and vertical from there. By doing your hair, we get one image that thins the nape parts. Maria's, you can see her at the ends of the hair, not the bottoms of the hair also, because we did the softening process. Hair provides one more homogeneous transition and gets a soft one look. Of course, you also have every hair, so there is no thinning process. Not thinner hair, but thicker Andy. In thick hair you can apply step by step up the ends of the hair. I keep thinning. If you want to watch my other videos, to me video my channel has a videos section from there. I have many categories of videos from here. You can also watch my videos by hair grows as you can see. I'm coming to the long section, and between fingers I take and thin the ends of the hair first. I eliminate one and I lift it opened, thinning the ends of the hair. Your likes very important to us. Our channel is developing day by day and to reach large audiences. I would be very pleased if you definitely like my video, because if you like my video to other friends and other people too, so I recommend this video reaches many people when it reaches the technique I apply. So friends who want to learn learning and ladies looking for hairstylicy my video want to get service from Methis, or that way. If you like my video and subscribe to my channel, would be very pleased. Likes and comments are also important, so if you have questions in the comment part of my videos so you can leave the comment section as answer, as I know the answery questions on your Mindusi continues my thinning process. Gradually Lycath last front part has Araveth front part too. You don't use much, do you? I apply a slight thinning process and shaping process. We will pass after finishing the process from here. Also, with one nice blow dry process finished our hair design. We will be friends. Like my videos and subscribe to my channel. And forget to be right now. Pretty one way reached the audience. Thanks to your audience is growing every day. New friends join our channel and our designs learned and seen them, adding some movement to the front of the hair, her to the end part. No little ei did one tiny folding the front of the hair finalito make your fall beautiful. Here are the hair cutting techniques I have learned for you. When my tongue turns to you, so I'm trying to explain as much as I can. Hope you guys are satisfied here. I comb back slightly and your hair, so I'm checking if there is a mistaken customer's ear backward say design that he can use comfortably when he throws his back to bay. Give a little touche. Our hall is in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü, working on an appointment to come to our hall. Description part of my video's social media addresses are available by reaching hair coming to my hall haircut coloring and other hairdressing services. You can also get services. You can see our model has a short story front one design. Hope you like it. See you for now. Take good care of yourself.
Hello friends, to you today. Bob Haircut. I will explain in detail how the design is made. We divide our model into 4 main sections while Bob Haircut. Profile separation as the first main part. Profile separation 1. Starting from the middle of the eyebrow to the straight separation we have separated until the profile end. Separation 2. Separation, crown separation. From one other ear to the other ear, we have separated. We call the straight line the crown separation. With this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. After separating 4 main sections, starting from the nape part, we will cut the hair in 4 stages. The back part first. Sharpening cutting technique. We will determine the length of the hair, which is the first stage with Guinea sharpening cutting technique after determining the height. En sedan, sharpen. Cutting the section. After revealing the length of your hair, this dye is suitable in one way, progressively to the hair at 45-degree angles. We will apply a haircut, what we call gradation bob cut on the back, that is, the hair, to add movement and volume to the back of the hair to provide natural 1E transition. Folding. We will apply a folding process with 45-degree angles. Your hair in the first place, at an angle of 0 degrees to determine his height. Hair. We determine the neck from the nape part. This is the basis of the hair. We determine the length of the hair. Hair as second stage. We separate Guinea horizontal. I create 1 distinction. And from the middle part of the hair, after creating horizontal separation, we'll create a distinction. The hair point we cut from the bottom 1 by forming 1 angle of 45 degrees by taking guide. We continue our cut in this nape part, creating vertical separations. Nape part. I cut it at 45-degree angles. If you want to get a haircut like this, coming to my hall from me, you can get haircut service. Our hall is in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü. Social media addresses are available in the description my hall section from here. Of my video. You can get hair cutting services and hairdressing services. Back part. With horizontal vertical separations. I keep cutting with a 45-degree angle. Here by separating the hair slice by slice. Cutting the stain piece by slice. And check the hair point we have cut before from the bottom. We continue our cutting, as you can see on the back, creating light coats in hair. So we call bomber, make the hair look beautiful, and we ensure that the back of the hair is folded. We created the second distinction. First division was a straight division, second division, and third division, third distinction. Hair at 45-degree angles to the Guinea. According to output direction, we create a 90-degree separation and the hair comes out. Direction after. We also create a 45-degree angle as a cut. When forming the 45-degree angle, the hair point we cut first. We continue as a guide, friends. This distinction with the hair points we cut before. We continue our process by combining. If you want to watch my other videos, my channel. There are many categories of videos in the video section. By reaching here, you can also watch my other videos, as you can see. Forming distinctions and at an angle of 45 degrees. From the inside out. We continue our haircut by creating layers. Here I fold the back of the hair as a basis first. And in the next process, your hair. On the left and right sides. Equating each other. We create our bob haircut design. We're coming to the tray part. Tray, as you can see. After coming to the part of the Guinea vertical by creating a distinction. Bottom to top 45. Forming an angle of 45 degrees from inside to outside. I continue the haircut. For your information, I cut the hair by separating it slice by slice. As you can see, the gradient will form the 3 shape. At the back, layers formed and a beautiful image occurred. I come to the left part of the hair after cutting the back part, and from here creating a diagonal 1 distinction, a short on the back and short on the front, creating a light 45-degree angle that from the neck to the front light space, light here to get one extending view with 45-degree finger grip. I keep making sure. Then I comb the hair back. The front part of the hair is a little longer because I combed it backwards. I will appear, here I equate with the shortness in the back. And I keep getting certain. My finger grip here is slightly 45 degrees, not straight. Suitable for the slope of the hair. Suitable for the model of the hair. From the neck to the front. Light 45-degree angles with sharp horse cutting technique with finger grip. I cut it with a straight scissor stroke. After this cutting process is finished, I'm going to the other part. I'm going to the right guinea the same way. Left side, well, the technique I applied is diagonal again, with cross separations. I comb the hair back to form. And by creating an angle of 45 degrees as a finger grip, with the clamp on the back, the length of the front, equalizing by creating a 45-degree angle. Here I comb the hair slightly backwards. And after scanning the front part slightly backwards, again with a 45-degree angle, I continue the hair cutting process. Here is the appearance of your hair from the neck to the short front. To achieve a slightly elongated 1 appearance. Graduation bob here. We can also describe it as cutting, folded back to the front. 1 haircut with lengthening transitions. We create the process. You guys are bob haircut too. Other haircutting techniques, also from the subject. So if you want to get a haircut, you can come to my salon and get service from me. Our place is in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü. Yes, the front of the hair. Want to add some movement. In the front. Suitable for natural separation. I made the distinction and I'm separating. And by doing the heel control, stretching forward from the nape part, I will create a 45-degree angle again. I created the distinction here from the top part. Do we have a mistake or not? We will check it and get it from the neck. At an angle of 45 degrees, to come from short to long. I equalize the hair as you can see the top distinction. I'm creating a distinction from the joke parts with 1 address. And after creating the adenolar distinction again, from the shortest point, I see the hairline we cut on the back. Our guide 1 hair point we cut before. After cutting this point, creating an angle of 45 degrees, I continued cutting. After doing this, friends, your hair, to the hair to ensure their transition, I will apply blocking. So hard appearance on 3 parts of the hair. More natural than transitional to achieve 1. To get the pass. I use E-file scissors to get, that is, 1 scissors of hair that we call intermediate scissors, separating it gradually as if cutting it again. Starting from the neck, I will apply thinning to the hair. As you can see here, I separated the hair from the first point I cut. And her hair is 45 degrees guinea, hereby creating an angle, cross point. So I apply thinning to the hair with the cutting technique. I'm not hitting a straight scissor blow, but a diagonal E way. I pass the hair by applying scissor blows. Don't thin the hair as you can see here. Go to the process hair. I'm applying the pictus technique to the hair here. Thinning the ends of the hair, not the bottoms of the hair. End parts of the hair. Providing their transitions. Your hair is more homogeneous. Begin. To provide passage, I applied a thinning process. This process, after applying it, by applying one beautiful blow-dry process to the forming process, we will not have completed the hair design of our model. Friends, you too. If you like my video, don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks to you, our videos are watched more and more every day, and our channel is getting bigger every day. For watching my video and subscribing to my channel, thank you so much. See you with one new video. Take good care of yourself. Hope to see you. I wish you a good day. See you soon.
Hello friends, asterisk. How to make a straight light layered haircut for you today. Asterisk, I will explain it in detail first. While cutting hair, we make basic distinctions. Asterisk. First, we create a profile. Separation, profile separation, from the beginning of the moment. Asterisk. 2. The straight separation, we have separated until the end of the neck. Asterisk, we say. Profile separation. This profile distinction. 2. Hairs after applying, we divide it into the main section. After making the distinction, 2 pieces from the nape part, we will start our haircut by creating a horizontal separation. The first distinction will determine the basis of our hair. Asterisk. So, here we determine the length of the hair while determining your height, a horizontal part. Of the middle way, create a separate vertical distinction. Cut the first piece from the ends of the hair and asterisk. He is our guide, right and left with the guide. We have separated the sections in the middle, combining, creating our first line. Asterisk. After creating a first line asterisk, that is, with a straight scissor stroke with a sharpening cutting technique. After cutting, we move to 2. Second level, the basic distinction. We have cut before considering the second level in the same way, same height, same plane, and we continue our cutting process here again, starting from the middle part, by following the guide we cut before. Asterisk. I keep cutting your hair ends now, friends, with sharpening cutting technique. Asterisk here. I comb backwards, and the eye on the ends of the hair. Asterisk. I touch the scissors to get the ear potten. This is my touching move. Hair at the point above the ear, because of the protrusion of the ear, can create a pot in the hair, so to catch that angle in the ear, I touch it and cut it accordingly. We went to the third level after that, guinea. I scan backwards, and so as a clear line, the hair point I cut before asterisk I continue to be certain by following asterisk here. Comb the hair back for cutting on a fixed line straight. Backs, but the front parts of the hair will be a little longer. In this vision, a backward line when you cut always ends of hair in a fixed way. Since it is cut in this line, the front will be longer. Now the back part, after cutting asterisk, after creating a flat cut foundation asterisk, we will apply folding process to the front parts of the hair. Asterisk first of all. In which direction our model divides her hair. Asterisk we have determined, and after making this determination, I'm creating an coronation asterisk, as you can see from ear level to another ear, after creating the separation, our customer's model from the point of distinction asterisk, from the point of distinction starting I cut the left side of our customer asterisk. On the right side of the client, my past. This angle is 45 degrees to create an angle and a more beautiful angle, a comfortable fall asterisk. Go to the right side of our customer to ensure by doing this kind of 3 operation now, the hair point that I have determined. namely the neck appropriately E with scrolling technique E precision I. Started and applied a folding process, cutting the right side E to the right after cutting the left side asterisk E. I will pass asterisk E, and as you can see, I went to the left. Of our customer and here, yes, I determine the hair point in the same way your hair, I will cut the hair point. I cut the previous one from the hair point, and in accordance with this guide, asterisk E, apply folding process. I apply asterisk here the floor. Is both pectus technique and DEE point front parts of the hair with scrolling technique asterisk. I applied a folding processium, not just applying a very intense folding process here. The length and ends of your hair asterisk, yes, a little light on the hair. To clean the fractures to accelerate tissue E, I'm folding as you can see. I created a triangular separation from the top vertex both. E from here asterisk on the front of E as a guide, E as a guide from points E. I got a triangular look this triangle. View is also hair E scanned by exit point vertically 90 degrees 1 asterisk E. I applied scanning angle, cut the hair upwards, but at an angle of 45 degrees. I did the process here is the purpose of cutting your hair. E 45 degrees, purpose asterisk from short to long. So the peak will be long E and previous the hair length at the hair point. I cut IE asterisk by calculating. That is, from the previous guide I cut taking the point. I will continue my process. Oh, yes, I started later E after cutting the peak. The peak is ours EE. We had a floor point, and this floor is the point asterisk E. It was the size of the folding process. So it became a guide by following this guide, starting from the left side. Dim with star technique separating slices E as you can. See according to the direction of hair exit, unfolding here. I comb the comb according to the direction of exit of the hair before seeing my guide on the hair point. I cut asterisk point cutting. That is, point cutting technique. I'm applying a folding process at the end with E star technique asterisk after cutting. Let's say after cutting comb the last hair completely upwards and an after checking asterisk. We are finishing our process asterisk. Blow dry the hair. Here and applying light waving process with straightener. We are finishing the design of our model, friends, if you want to get a haircut like this. Asterisk. My social media address is in the description. Part of my video asterisk by reaching me from here and coming. To my hall, you can get haircuts and hairdressing services. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel asterisk. I will be with you with new videos. Hope to see you asterisk.
Hello friends, today, blunt haircut. I will explain in detail how to do this. Our model, your hair first. We create basic distinctions. Our first basic distinction is profile separation. After creating a profile separation, we create a crown separation. And after creating the coronation, we divide the hair into four main sections. Profile separation, from the beginning of the forehead to the end of the nape. Distinction with crown separation 1. From ear to ear. From the beginning 1. Starting from ear to ear and up to the other ear. We make crown separation to the distinction we have separated. With this distinction, we divide the hair into four main sections. Then horizontal from the nape part 1. By creating a distinction from two parts. So neither too thick nor too much. The basis of hair after creating fine separation. We will create, so we will determine the length of the hair. Scissors. Sharpening cutting technique using like a ruler. Creating our first guide. So we determine the first height. After determining this size, we are going to the second stage guide. And in level 2, her hair is straight one way, using our comb as a ruler. Guide. With the sharpening technique, that is, with the straight scissor stroke, we keep cutting our hair. Yes. Where we took an example. Our guide so one previous cut. From the hair point we got. We continue we cut the same size. After making this cut, after the neck, we pass to the right. We create one horizontal distinction in guinea. The guide we cut from this nape part, guinea by following, using our comb as a ruler. We cut it the same size. After cutting the right side, we go to the left side. We create one horizontal distinction on the left side a guy, because we will create a blunt one cut here. We continue our process by creating horizontal separations. Here again one we cut before. Comb as a length guide in the nape section. Using it like a ruler a guy. We cut the left side section with the same technique. As you can see here we used our comb and cut to the same size. Then checking a guy. Between fingers. Hair with technique. We continue our cut. Then we go to the back. Again by creating one horizontal distinction. We are progressing gradually towards the top. Here are the gradual thin pieces from the neck. Taking horizontal parts. We continue our process. Bird. From the hill. As we progressed, we created one distinction to the top and created one horizontal one distinction from the middle part a guy. Then take one piece of the vertical. Between fingers. With holding technique. So we kept cutting our hair. Then second, guinea. Use our comb as a ruler and remove one previous hair point. Taking the guide so one. With the hair point we cut before. We cut the same size. Here we use our comb as a ruler. Seeing the hair point we cut before. We continue our process. And finally, after coming to the top, as you can see to pieces of pliers. Separate in the section on the back of the last connected. We scan by separating from the pliers. And comb the hair according to the natural direction of fall. From the guinea nape part. Starting from the middle part. Following our guide at the bottom. Our haircut. We continue. In our haircut here, one of the hair points we cut before. As a guide and. We continue our cutting as a guide. Here we use our comb as a ruler and straight one. Haircut. We take care to do. Here is the stance of our customer's head. Points are also very important. Always head of our customer. If we cut the back part, the side to the front. We cut the right side to the left. If we cut the left side to the right. By depositing. Then we keep cutting. As you can see, we went to the right. I set our customer's head stand distance on the right. I used the comb with scissors and comb as a ruler. One hair point we cut before. I saw. And I analyzed and cut using it like a ruler. For later control purposes, I combed the hair according to its direction of fall. And finger-to-finger cutting technique. Is your hair wrong? By checking. I kept cutting with straight scissors blows. I went to the left. Same guinea on the left. I used my comb as a ruler. With straight scissor stroke. I continued with cutting by creating a straight line. As you can see here, according to the direction of hair fall. Again with a straight scissor stroke with the interfinger cutting technique. I continue the haircut. Cutting my hair. One hair point that I cut before as a guide. I take care to move forward. If you want to get a haircut like this, social media addresses in the description part of my video. Available by reaching here. By coming to my salon and making an appointment. You can get a haircut. Contact e-appointment from my social media addresses. You can come to my salon and get a haircut. As you can see, only one. With straight scissor stroke with sharp line cutting technique and straight blunt one haircut with techniques. We created the desig. Here to the front of the hair. We will give light movement. So we will do the folding process. In front of you while folding. We create one distinction that we call the purchase motif. When creating this separation of purchase motif, starting from the end point of the eyebrow, we touch our comb, and the point on the top where our comb touches. We make the distinction in a triangle one way, friends. While making this distinction, we take the end points of the eyebrow as a guide. Hair after distinction. If I cut your right side, out crossing my client's left side. And the eye appeared 45 degrees in width. With angles, I'm painting from top to bottom. After cutting the right side, I go to the left side. Our customer. I pass to the right side while cutting the left side. And again at an angle of 45 degrees. I continue my folding process. If you want to have one haircut like this, you can come to my salon and get hair cutting service. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks to you, our videos are being watched more and more every day. We reach more people. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I'm checking here. Our process. And in the front, we will also finish our folding process. Created a clear one cut with the blunt sharp cutting technique. We are. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I leave you alone with a clear beautiful one cut. Thank you so much for watching my video till the end. I do. Take good care of yourself. Hope to see you.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm with you with a new video. To you today, how to do blunt haircut. I will explain it in detail. First, we make profile separation. Profile separation your neck from the beginning of your forehead. We applied until the end. We call the straight line profile separation. If the second E distinction. E. Crown separation from one ear to the other. We also apply this distinction. When we apply this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. We make a straight distinction from the back again. After separating the 4 main sections, hair gradually starting from the neck, with sharp horse cutting technique. Her hair here, creating sharp lines. Create a straight cut and get a blunt look. Here with the comb 6 hair cutting technique. As you can see, comb with 6 hair cutting technique. We apply a straight cut E. Burden. We determine the length of the hair in the first level we cut. This size affects the whole course of your hair. And so this is our guide. By following this guide, we'll cut all the hair the same size. HH. If you want to watch my other videos too, my channel, I have many category videos in the videos section. Guinea comb after cutting his neck. With hair cutting technique. As you can see, using my comb as a ruler and following the previous haircut height, I continue cutting on the same plane and cut in the same way as the second stage. I'm so sorry I went to this third level. Guinea sweat left with hair cutting technique. Using my comb as a ruler. Using the spot where I cut my previous hair. And I continue my haircut. I continue my cutting by creating a straight line. Here, I use my comb in light color. Our hair color is darky. Comb haircut comb use is also very important. If you use a comb according to the color of the hair. Very comfortable in the cut. You watch on the road. I recommend this to you as a footnote. As you can see, the hair point I cut before. Again using our comb as a ruler. We continue our haircut. Gradually separating the hair. Creating horizontal separations. And sharp horse cutting technique with straight scissor stroke. Using our comb as a ruler. We will get a blunt look. We use our comb like a ruler. And we continue our cutting. The hair color of the cut comb you used here. We stated that it should be compatible. If the hair is dark here, a light comb. If the hair is light, you can choose a dark comb. While cutting, make sure your scissors are specific. Certain scissors make clearer cuts and helps you cut hair without shredding. This is too when you cut your customer. So when the next month comes, it will tell you that your hair grows healthier. As you can see, the backstage is completely. We cut it with the first size we cut. Now we go to the left side. We will cut the sides. Here is to 2-stage chestnut hair. Here is the head of our customer first, adjusting the stance distance. And here, combing hair. As you can see, from the hair point we cut before, taking our guide. We continue our haircut from here. VE. From the first hair point we cut, following our guide, on our side. I keep cutting. After cutting the left side, the right side is also. We cut 2 stages. Our budget hair. I'm adjusting the stopping distance of the head of our budget. And as you can see, following our guide. We continue our cut. Here by taking the space in your ear and touching it with scissors. This is also very important. We continue our cut after receiving. Here at the bottom. After checking our guide, I keep cutting our hair point. To the front of the hair after cutting the basic length of the hair. We will earn some reed, hereby creating distinctions from the line of the forehead and eyebrows. So by creating a separation of purchase motif. I'm creating a triangular distinction here. My eyebrows here. E from the starting and point of your eyebrows, E. Starting from 1. And our customer's E cutting section. Standing on the diagonal. I separate and we continue our cut. I'm applying 45-degree angles here. And the first hair point I cut as a guide. I keep cutting, providing a nice pass in front. Here cartoon bang curtain bangs, to get a look we call. We made our distinction and we continue our cutting process. After cutting the first part, I moved to the second part. Here is our comb. I'm measuring the hair point I cut before. And the same. I cut in inches. And gradually again at 45-degree angles. I continue to cut. As you can see, we got a blunt look. All hair length with moving fronts is the same size. A Kurdish hair design. If you want to get a haircut like this, coming to my hall, by appointment, you can get the same style haircut service from me. You can get a haircut. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you.
Hello. Friends, today you have a layered haircut curtain bangs. Hair design. I will explain in detail how the process is done. When starting haircut first 4, we create the basic distinction. We will divide the hair into 4 main sections. I create the first profile separation. Then I create a coronation. And E, when he starts to cut the hair from the back, in a gradual way. First E by creating horizontal separations. Our name. We start here. We will determine the basis of the first hair and the length of the hair. Our first goal will be to determine the length of the hair. Here, they decide what size the hair is in our customer. And I get the broken hair without too short. A very short haircut in curtain cardamom and layered haircut. It's better not to have more layers in long hair. Gets one more beautiful look on hair. So curtain cardamom on very extremely short layered hair. No, it looks better on long hair. Cutting hair length. 2 is a sheath from the first hair point we cut. I'm separating the tier, creating horizontal separations here, between fingers, to the sharpening cutting technique, that is, with a straight scissor stroke. I continue the cutting process, 2 after cutting the first step. As you can see, the same way here. 1 as hair, the point I cut before. I continue the cutting process, same size. I continue my cutting process in the same direction. I cut the third stage in the same way. Friends straight one way. Hair on the back 4. The back and front are separate because I'm instantly divided into my section. I created a coronation in the sections. As you can see, ear crown separation 1 ear. The straight distinction that we are separated from the line and the other ear. We say we create a crown separation. Here after cutting the back part. Same height again. Crown on the left side of the hair. In the distinction section, her hair guinea is in 2 stages. I continue my cutting process. While cutting the hair here, the bottom one we cut before. Part as guide. I continue to process. After cutting the left side, we go to the right side. And I cut the right side in the same way. Back 1 pinch from the black part as a guide. And we continue our same length haircut. So here is the basic. We continue our cutting process by aligning the hair length. While cutting the right and left part, the stance of our customer's head is very important. Our customer's head slightly to the left while cutting the right side. Reclining. Lean slightly to the right side while cutting the left side. So cycle, so. Lying on your side. We will continue our cutting after that. This angle is very important, guys. Now profile her hair in half. Your hair after creating the distinction. Beginning the folding process from the front, that is, the curtain. Cardamom laying process. We start from the front to start front part by creating the separation of the purchase motif, i.e. triangle 1 by. We create the distinction. Triangle separation is also eyebrow. We touch our comb from the end of the eyebrows and from the point it touched from the peak. Triangle 1 way. I make a distinction. When cutting right and left after creating separation, when I cut the right side, I go to my customer's left and do the cutting process. Here, as you can see, my client, I cut the left side and went to the right side. Let's say I'm doing operation over cheekbones. Short and long, you decide for yourself. But your cheekbones, if you do the cutting process from the bottom, outward moving, 1 view, it gets 1 image that is better to get. I'm on the left side of our customer. I'm on the right, I'm cutting the left side. While cutting, I'm applying a 45-degree angle according to the angle, friends. So her hair, I'm scanning towards the exit direction of the hair, and I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees. Then, I'm going to level 2, guys. After cutting the front part, now starting from the top to the back, diagonal 1 distinction. I'm creating and forward in 1 way suitable for the short section on the front. Friends, from the bottom, I see my guide after seeing my guide. Yes, as you can see here, I'm scanning 45 degrees. I see it at the bottom. I see the hair spot I cut before, as you can see here. And I continue the cutting process. Distinctions I slice by slice and forward wound combing forward. And scan them all to the front. And the hair point I cut before, I cut it the same size after seeing it. The back is longer when we scan forward. The front part is folded, friends. The haircut point here, I adjust it according to the shortness in the front of the hair. I'm combing the hair here and create a 45-degree angle. After that, I continue to cut. I cut the left side. Now I will cut the right side, guys. I pass my customer's left side while cutting the right side. I pass and haircutting process by creating 1 diagonal. I make a diagonal distinction, a distinction as scanning angle. I'm scanning T and Here. Yes, hair up. I'm scanning towards the exit direction, and the bottom one is cut first. I cut. I see your hair point and cut it accordingly. Now here, according to the back of your hair, I created such a diagonal 1 cross distinction on the back. Create 1 cross separation from peak to nape. I made a distinction. After creating the separation, combing the hair forward, and my client cut it to the left because I cut the right side, pass to the left side there. I'm scanning, so here is 1 cross, 1 scan process. I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees by creating. As you can see, I comb the hair to the front, but 45 degrees diagonal with 1 scan angle. Seeing the hair point I cut before from the bottom, I'm cutting. As you can see, I created a cross 1 scan angle, and I saw the hairline I had cut before, and I applied my cutting process. After applying the cutting process, her hair again this time. Starting from the front, end parts of the hair, I apply thinning process with the feel scissors, hereby hitting the hair, and I hit the hair completely and the front end of the hair. File scissors with 2-3 blows. I don't do my job of thinning too much, just 2-3. I'm applying scissors blow. Your hair is squeezing the hair because I hit the hair here. And scissors, that is, field scissors. It provides 1 more natural transition with thinning processing, and more with the Burma process. A beautiful 1 transition without any trace on the hair. Makes it happen. Here, starting from the front of the hair to the back, I thin the hair piece by piece by creating horizontal searches. I scan the guinea forward and auger the auger process. After audition for hair, I bring the hair down to the ends with the feel scissors. Hair blocking is done on the ends of the hair, friends. The bottom of the hair and the middle part. Thinning is done after. Do not thin the middle of the hair according to the full length. Do not apply effigy scissors from the bottom of the hair in any way. You will definitely create a problem with hair. I do thinning operations on the ends of the hair. A more beautiful one here. We get the image. Our process is over. After the drying and shaping process. Inward, as you can see, I took 1 blow dryer with motion. Front floors are fine. Beautiful cheekbones, 1 design. Curtain bangs layered haircut. If you want to get a haircut like this, there are social media addresses in the description section of my video. By coming to my salon and making an appointment with me, you can get a haircut. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.
Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm with you with a new video. Curtain bangs for you today. Hair design and how to make a straight haircut design. I will explain in detail. I created these first. I created your profile separation. After creating the separation of profiles, I created the coronation, and after creating that distinction, her hair is from behind straight haircut by creating horizontal separations of hair. I started the cutting process. Friends, first of all, I cut it gradually. After creating the first horizontal separation, I determined the length of your hair and haircut with the sharp horse cutting technique. I cut it with a straight scissor stroke, and as a second tier, again, the hair point I cut before. I determined the length of the hair in the same way as the guide. I cut it straight. I divided the back part of the hair, or the hair, into 4 main sections. I cut the first part, and now I switched to the second part. The second part is the same to the hair point I cut before. In parallel, so E, same hair point. So I continue. And head to the cutting process, I continued and continue. As you can see here, I cut the hair straight, the back part backwards. I cut the back straight. Then I went to the side head of our customer. After setting the stop point, at the back, taking a piece of the hair point I cut the sides straight in the same line. Here, the foundation of the hair will be straight at the bottom, applying the folding process to the front of the hair. Curtain bangs design. E, I will apply the haircut. Here is the hair straight after cutting the length of the hair. By creating a profile distinction, I separate it from the middle part of the hair. Bangs usually your hair. We start our process by separating it from the middle and part. Later, starting from eyebrow height, your hair. I will fold the front part. I will do the construction work. I separate the sections as you can see, and your hair E. Passing to our customer's left side while cutting the right side. E by applying an angle of 45 degrees. I'm starting the cutting process, guys. As you can see, after cutting the first operation, in the second operation, down to 45-degree angles. I keep cutting. As you can see here, the curtain by folding the front part. Bangs hair design. I'm creating. I went to the other process. E here again. After cutting the left side now, I went to the right side. But by crossing the E right of our customer, I cut the left side. Here is the hair point that I cut before. E take my guide. Measure my hair from there. I start the cutting process after measuring your height. As you can see, our customer. Because I cut the right side of our customer, I went to our customer's right because I cut the left side, and the cutting process continues, folding the front parts with 45 degrees of pane. And fold the front parts. VE, I help her get a moving look. And E, as well as other process. Now the back parts and the front parts E. I also started folding the back parts and our customer E while folding. My folding process by separating slice by slice. I continue. Here I always check my guide E. First by taking my guide from the hair point I cut. Hair according to the output of the hair, creating an angle of 90 degrees. I'm folding. Here according to the structure of the hair, separating slices. I continue the cutting process. From the top of the hair, lifting upwards. Your hair is up guinea by forming a 90-degree angle. As well. Point cutting technique. I continue my process by applying point cutting technique. Yes, friends, as you can see, it was a beautiful haircut design. You also have this kind of floor. If you want to do it, come to my salon. You can get haircut service. Your social media address. It will be in the description part of my video. Reaching from there and coming to my left side, you can get a haircut service. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. I will be with you guys with new videos. I wish you a good day. Hello friends. How to make a bob haircut that stretches forward to you today. I will tell you in detail. First, show the long hair of our Model 1. I cut it down. I take this long density straight and create distinctions of our model. I will create a profile distinction as the first distinction profile separation from the beginning of my forehead. Straight one, you have separated to the end of the neck. Separation profile separation. We say, friends, after creating this distinction, the second distinction is also crown separation, also one. By year, in the separate distinction, we have separated until the other ear. While separating this coronation, we put our comb from the beginning of the guinea forehead and the point where your back touches. We create the distinction. Here is an easy one discrimination technique. You can also apply this crown separation and my profile to divide the hair into 4 main sections. Is the technique we have applied. Very comfortable in this technique one way. You can cut the hair into pieces. After creating this distinction from the nape part, to form the basis of hair 1, we create horizontal separation. This will be our guide so your hair is short. We will determine your height here from the nape part by creating one horizontal distinction, starting from the middle part of the hair 1. I create vertical separation and the part of the hair we will cut. Finger sharp horse cutting technique. I cut it with a straight scissor stroke. After cutting I align the left side section in the same way. Then I align the section on the right in the same way. Here's the back part. Straight one sharp line cutting technique. I applied the cutting process. I determined the length of the hair here, and the next layer of 1 guinea horizontal one. I separate by creating a distinction. After creating this distinction, the guinea, from the middle part, I create one vertical separation starting from 1. The hair size we cut before. After seeing it from the bottom by aligning, I cut it and the bottom is the same. I cut it straight one way. Here after forming the basis of the hair. Your hair. Folding process to other parts. I will apply in the next section 1. I will create your angles. Yes, friends. Here, I separate it from forward again. Forward, our customers head forward, 1 From the bottom after applying. E1 I determine it with the hair dye I cut before and cutting process. I'm applying it here. I'm determining the length of the hair. Clear one way. After cutting the same size. Then creating a distinction again. I will apply the folding process. I determined the length of the hair here. And light on hair. I will gain texture. Now I'm going to split it in half again. And nape guinea 1. This time by creating one horizontal distinction. Hair vertical, 45-degree angles. It gives texture to the back of the hair. The first technique we cut is to determine the length of the hair. I determined the length of the hair here. And now, as you can see, applying one angle of vertical 45 degrees, I will cut your hair first from the hair point I cut. Here, according to the exit direction of 90 hair. 130.730 1 angle. I'm lifting your hair up. I cut it, then I will create one vertical distinction. Here I see the hair spot I cut before. I'm cutting now. I'm creating one vertical distinction here, and E45 1 from the hair point I cut, creating an angle. Hair cutting continues. As you can see, I determined the hair and point. I cut it at an angle of 45 degrees. Here, we will create a slight bump on the back of the hair. So we will provide one light transition with folding process. I cut the left side. Now the right side is the same, forming 45-degree vertical, 145-degree angle. I cut the hair gradually by separating it one way. And one in the next section. In the same way with a vertical 45-degree angle by seeing the hair point we cut before. Same way. I create the angle after a 45-degree angle. Point cutting technique. I cut with cutting technique. I created a horizontal angle of 145 degrees here. I see the hair from the hair point I cut before. Here with the point cutting technique. I'm cutting then. At an angle of 45 degrees. I continue my cutting process again. Your guinea hair on the top one, seeing the hair point I cut before, at an angle of 45 degrees, with point cutting technique. With the point cutting technique, I continue my cutting process. I went to the left side of the hair. On the left side of the hair, a guinea, I created one horizontal separation and suitable for hair length on the nape, with a slight 45-degree angle on the sides, in the front of your hair. Short forward from the neck one, to get the image. Forward at a 45-degree angle. I continue my cutting process. And the second stage at the top of the hair. With hair length, that is, at an angle of 45 holes. By giving texture. I continue the cutting process, guys. Hair length at the peak here. Based on. I continue the cutting process. Okay. After cutting the left side, the right side is the same. Front of the neck to get a long one look. Point the hair forward as a guide, with finger grip at an angle of 45 degrees. I continue the hair cutting process. We get one view that stretches from the neck to the front. After passing the second stage, diagonal, I made one distinction, and peak hair length as a guide. I continue the hair cutting process with 45 kinds of angles. I apply point cutting technique from here. As you can see, point cutting technique. Here, I comb the hair backwards, and your hair. I make it get one long view towards the front. Now dividing the hair from the peak into two main sections. I will continue the cutting process. I separated the hair in the middle. Right and left. I separated one part from the peak. Her hair is 90 degrees. I lifted it up with one angle and form a 45-degree angle from the end. I continued with the haircut. Then hair, the second part, in the same way. I lifted it at a 90-degree angle toward the exit direction upwards. And as a cut, I created a 45-degree angle. 90-45, so 90 degrees, I lift it at a right angle. I cut the tip at a 45-degree angle. As you can see here, the front of the hair is long, back short and curved one way. Story one way. I gave the appearance. Doing my last count checks. Here is our customer's head. We bend slightly, and I check with a comb. Then I scan backwards. In the nape part, by checking with hair length, I continue to cut. Left side. After applying the right side in the same way. Scanning backwards. With the short in the nape part. Long section in the front. Forming a 45-degree angle by balancing. I continue to cut. As you can see, the front was long. Backs are shorter and curved one way. Layered textured gaining one-y look. I continue to cut. Right and breadth. I'm checking. Ahum, here our haircut is over. By forming one rivety bangs on the front of the hair. We will get a short one look on the front of the hair, and we will finish our transaction. Here, your hair is from eyebrow level. Distinction triangle 1 by creating a distinction eye reception. By creating the motif, I will make one distinction from the front of the hair, creating one straight bangs. I will make it get one beautiful look. Burden. Calculating the E-gap of the nose while cutting the bangs. Again with the point cutting technique, that is, with the point cutting technique. I'm starting the haircut. And the hair slightly upwards. I gain one light bomb by scanning the side. If you want to watch my next videos too, in the videos section of my channel, you can also watch many kinds of incisions videos. So haircut coloring, ombre balayage, perm bun design, I have many categories of videos from there too. You can watch my other videos, my channels, if you want to be aware of new videos. You don't forget to activate the notification bell from my new videos. You activate the notification bell to be notified, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I would be very pleased if you like my video. One next if you like my video. Many people will have watched my video too. Many people will have watched this video thanks to you. Your likes are very important, and if you subscribe to my channel. Thanks to you, our audience will grow more. I wanted to show you the latest version. As you can see, the back is long towards the front. Our bob haircut design occurred. If you want to get a haircut like this, by reaching me on social media and coming to my hall, you can get haircut service. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Hope to see you with one new video. Take good care of yourself. See you.
Hello to you today, haircut with cardamom. How to design, I will explain it in detail. Hair separation. We will create the sides. First First profile distinction. Profile separation from the beginning of the forehead to the neck straight. Separation to dot asterisk. The distinction is Crown separation asterisk. Crown separation from ear to ear. One from ear to ear as the straight distinction we have divided. We create the second distinction. After creating these divisions asterisk, we divide our hair into four main sections. That is, into four parts. Asterisk, after dividing it into four pieces. Your hair from behind your hair to determine the length of the hair to form the basis asterisk A. Horizontal distinction we create and determine the length of the hair. We have determined the length of the first stage, hair level here, to sharpening cutting technique. That is, with a straight scissor stroke, 2 and E, we tilt our customer's head very little forward and the length of your hair. We determine the first stage here. We show our customer what size we will cut after deciding asterisk E straight scissors from the end of the hair start, the cutting process. This will be our guide. We will proceed in accordance with this guide asterisk. Yes, I'm scanning backwards asterisk and from the hair point I cut starting from the right to the left. I'm moving with straight scissor blows too. After cutting the first stage, I divide it into stages. I create one horizontal distinction in guinea asterisk. I'm creating horizontal separations because it will be one straight cut. Friends, if there was a layered cut, I would create a vertical separation and even if it was an angle of 45 degrees asterisk, I would have to create diagonal divisions asterisk. Yes, because I made a straight cut asterisk create one horizontal distinction and one I see the hair point I cut before. So after seeing my guide asterisk, I cut the back part, gradually scanning backwards in 3 pieces asterisk and yes to the guide we cut before, following as appropriate. I continue my cutting process. Straight scissor blow here. I cut it with what we call a sharp line cutting technique asterisk. Straight scissors with one technique. I'm cutting with a blow here. I'm Cutting, yes, my comb is light white. I'm using a comb dark hair asterisk I. Use light-colored combs on hair, here is mine too, so it's easier when cutting hair asterisk E. It allows me to trade here by the way E when cutting. Your scissors must be, it needs to be sharp 1 asterisk when you cut hair with scissors. Without breaking the ends of the hair, you can create clear cuts, and by breaking when the hair grows asterisk, not necessarily. Lengthen E, and in periods of 6 months, asterisk, don't forget to wrist your scissors, don't forget to sharpen sharp. Scissors are always healthier, asterisk 1 haircut. Your client's hair grows healthier. This will return you positively. See you soon. Yes, after cutting the hair, hair guinea profile distinction backwards. From the face that started my forehead, 1 asterisk, I'm creating a profile distinction asterisk, so I divided the hair into 2 main sections asterisk. Here is the curtain on the front of the hair asterisk. We will create a cardamom design and starting from the backwards vertex I. Make 1 distinction, diagonal to the back. I separate the front part, that is, according to the ear level, that is, both crown separation asterisk suitable, but your crown separation asterisk EI separated as diagonal cross separation asterisk, and after creating this separation from the eyebrow level asterisk purchase motive separation in the front part of the eye, I will create this purchase motive separation starting from the end of the eyebrow asterisk from the peak to form a triangular shape asterisk from the front part of 1 distinction, so as to have a triangle view. We separate, yes. The chakra is diagonal with a distinction. We will create a triangle view with distinction. Shis is the distinction we call the buying motif asterisk here. The hair is in the curtain and bangs, usually in the middle, asterisk E separation from the beginning of the forehead. That is, the nose we distinguish from the middle starting from the line, and after making the distinction asterisk E, your cheekbones starting from the point of decline to the front. I apply folding process with 45-degree angles. I pass to the left side of my customer while cutting the right side asterisk from the left side. Because the angle will be more comfortable asterisk I applied. Cutting with diagonal divisions. Now I went to my customers right, but this time I cut the left side asterisk 45-degree diagonal 1 on the left side asterisk E by creating a distinction and scanning direction from right to left, 1 applying scanning direction I created the curtain cardamom design. Yes, hereafter creating the haircut as you can see from the peak. I scan upwards and from the inside out your hair like this. I'm checking if there is a wrong part 1, so now asterisk back. Diagonal the E point where we are separated, the right and left sides are the same. Now asterisk after cutting the part of my front rivet anal motif, so yes guinea my client's right side asterisk. I went to the left side to cut it and I'm doing the folding job here by creating 1 scanning angle from right to left the shortest point of hair your best point. After seeing your hair asterisk, I do the cutting process after seeing your short hair. As you can see here, I comb the hair at a certain angle, and after seeing the length of the hair, we see our sheath, and I even cut my hair suitable for that cover asterisk here. On the right I cut it straight, or it's suitable for the length of the hair. I cut the way so your hair, the most behind asterisk. I cut the starting point like that, as a guide asterisk now. As you can see, my customer guinea, back to front, asterisk back. Hair asterisk, I've separated. The hat somehow her hair was also front, so I divided the hair in half, or there were 2 sections left. EE part 1, now E from back to front, I'm scanning an E from the point in front after scanning the bottom section, so E, the hair spot. I cut on the right E, I combine it with the hair point, so I'm scanning forward, and at the point of the hair, I cut it to fit the longest section. Asterisk. So what we call the temple point E part, at the level of your ear section length, in the hair part E. Hair point asterisk, as a guide. That is, hair length as a guide asterisk. I'm cutting it now, here again, EEEI. Cut the left side, now you see the right side. I'm scanning for creating a diagonal distinction, asterisk. I've created one distinction until the neck. I also scan this distinction forward, E. And EEEI, cut it, on the left side, asterisk, E take. One sword from the point, and check it on that sword. So equate each other, EEE, asterisk, 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 and I cut the hair I combed to the front, asterisk. Here when I comb the hair forward, asterisk, without losing the EEE length on the back of the hair on the front of the hair, EEE. Because we created a certain shortness, asterisk, did we create the folding section. That short front sides, EEE, asterisk, for cutting point section from hair when we comb backwards both. Automatically folded, asterisk, and your hair is not shorter than your height, so here, according to the shortness in the front length of the hair one. EEE, we create a haircut asterisk, we comb the hair from the neck to the front, and a certain 1 point asterisk E, we cut it to this, is for us, EEE. Asterisk, creating one activation. Operation, the front sides are short, as we scan forward back sides are long. One view EEE, here in bob cut 2, in the bob cut stretching forward, as we did asterisk, what were we doing? They don't have a front to be long asterisk E. We were combing from front to back here, for the back of the hair to be long from back to front asterisk E. Create a fixed design, so constant short, so we identified these points asterisk when we make appropriate cuts to those points behind EEE. It doesn't get shorter, and we have applied the folding process asterisk. Because we comb the hair right for ourselves and E upwards to a certain point. EEE, we are cutting, border, yes asterisk E, after cutting. Now with file scissors, E by dividing it into sections. E I apply, thinning the ends of the hair with file scissors. I also apply the net scissors with the E piquettes technique. From the ends of the hair, E and light. Textural one, EEE, thinning, asterisk, this. Makes the hair look softer asterisk. Yes, you are also curtain bangs, asterisk, layered haircut, and other layered haircut designs. Bob haircut, pixie haircut, short layered haircut designs. If you want to get service, EEEEE, in the V, asterisk, asterisk, EDO, my channel, EEE, asterisk, yes. In the description section, asterisk E, I have social media addresses, by reaching my hall from there, so you can get service from me also in the description part of my video E. I will have social media addresses reaching me from their haircutting service. By coming to my salon asterisk, you can get hairdressing. Service moving floor, as you can see, EEE. The back of the curtain is long asterisk E. A folded hair design, without losing its form, we made the front folded E. Curtain bangs hair design, asterisk, like my video, and subscribe to my channel, asterisk, don't forget, I wish you a good day, see you.
Hello friends. Bob haircut design that stands out for you today. I will explain in detail how to do this. We will divide the hair into 2 main sections. Our first distinction is profile separation. From the middle of 2 eyebrows to the neck. We call the distinction profile separation. After creating a profile separation, your hair is at shoulder level first. So I'm from the left. I created an E horizontal distinction. I cut my first schmond after creating the horizontal separation. Here E your neck E. And starting at the very beginning. Mackerel, sharpening cutting technique, that is, with a straight I made a scissor distinction. stroke. And E. Now, after cutting the left side, I went to the right side. The right side is the same, with straight scissor stroke between fingers, and sharp line cutting technique, so straight E with its scissors. E. I'm creating a fixed design. At the back, as you can see, the previous, following the hair point I cut. I'm creating burden, always the hair point we cut before. E as a guide. If you guide yourself, this too. E prevents you from making mistakes. As you can see here, E horizontal, diagonal, by creating distinctions, that is, because it stretches forward, by creating forward diagonal divisions. So yes, I keep cutting. Now I have divided it into the third level. After 3 separations you see, like the hair point we cut before. E guinea scanning backwards is straight. So I'm creating a cut. So here's her hair. Scanning backwards, I cut it straight. And following this in the same way. I cut by combing backwards. E guinea straight form, I continue. Here is a longer view from the back to the short front. We get. Here E the name of this design is fixed. So we can also call it a line. So at a fixed point, cut the hair. Towards the back, it can be short or long. When you make such a cut, the front of the hair is longer. The backs will be shorter. S-O here. E forward E bob. So we can say lop because it's a long bob. E we can also say lop cut. E, yes, here, under the neck. Neither too short nor too long design, as you can see backwards here. E with sharpening exact technique. Scissors. E straight E. Somehow, scanning backwards, and between fingers. I scan. I create very clear and sharp lines. As you can see, I always follow my guide from behind. I mean, the hair point I cut before. I cut by following. Very clear. I'm going to give the hair a little texture here. From ear from the peak. I make a diagonal distinction to the back, so I'm creating a cross distinction to the back, here behind the ear. The right side of my client. I'm going to the left because you front of the hair. I will create floors here. E as a shortness in the front part of the floor. Cheeky, by aligning your bones, that is, your cheekbones. E taking a guide, so the shortest. The section starts right from the most purposeful bones, and down to 45-degree angles. I'm applying a folding process. You see here, guinea after cutting it at 45-degree angles. E like hair scrolling technique. Starting from the shortest hair point. I'm sending a very light move, and E after E. The ends of the hair by applying the pictus technique, softening. Now I cut the right side, then I went to the left side. I'm going to cut the left side, but what am I doing here? My customer's E hair later. I pass to your right, and after I pass to your right, my guide from the previous hair point I cut, taking guinea, with scrolling technique. From the shortest point, E point here, point cut. By applying the point cutting technique, I continue my folding process. After cutting here, form a triangle again from the top of the hair. I make a distinction, and I take a guide to myself from left and right. Here is the hair from the hair points I cut before. E, after getting the guide, I sync according to that guide, so the hair. Here is bob stretching forward. And we have created a layered design. Yes, here. You see, after creating a triangle separation from the peak point like I'm adjusting your shortness. This will be my guide. And starting from the back, I separate the hair slice by slice and guide on this apex. As you can see by following there all over, I take a guide from a peak in each slice, and in accordance with this guide, applying point cutting technique, I'm synchronizing. That is, the length of the guide at the top. Somehow only one that tall. I'm scanning the point towards the front of the hair exit, and after seeing my sheath extension, applying point cutting technique, I continue the haircut, as you can see from both sides. After cutting the guinea from a peak, guinea the same way, and as I did in the front, I created a horizontal separation, a triangular form on the top, appeared, and I'm scanning this peak, and the hair point one cut before. So after determining the hair length, same size point cutting technique, that is point, with cutting technique, I cut and. Then I continue to the back by creating an vertical separation again in the part of, and comb the hair in the direction of exit, and determining the hair from the shortest point on the peak, and point, cutting technique, that is, with the point cutting technique. Now I continue my cutting. So let me give the hair texture here. I apply hair folding, neither too busy nor too little. After doing the folding process, then F-file, auger with scissors, starting from the front parts of the hair with the technique. I'm creating the auger, end parts of the hair. I apply a light thinning process, here for a more homogeneous transition of hair. And to make the transitions more beautiful, language piece by piece. Auger I twist the hair by applying a hair technique. I compress the hair and the ends of the hair. With money scissors, that is, with F-file scissors, I apply a thinning process. Here the transitions of the hair are more beautiful, and our model hair allows you to use it more comfortably. As you can see, the front of the hair is long, and the back is short and moving. That is, in two models of lop and layered hair design. We created a mixed design. You also like my video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I will be with you with new videos. I hope you like it. Thank you very much. Hope to see you.
Hello friends, today, lightweight curtain, bangs, hair design. I will explain in detail how to do this. First, your hair is basic. I applied your distinctions. Then I cut the length of the hair. Here is your hair, by combing from behind while cutting the basic neck, with sharp line cutting technique by forming a straight line. Is straight one cut, I cut the back part, then cutting the sides in the same way as cutting the back section. The same technique I used. I also applied to the section on the left, from the hair point we cut before on the back. The guide we received. Following on the sides. I cut them all the same size. After cutting the left side, I go to the right side. Right side in two pieces in one step. By taking one pinch from the hair point I cut before. The pinch over there is my guide, because one previous hair point, I cut it that size. Since it will be a guide of that size, I will cut it to the same size. I follow my guide, and we cut all the hair the same length. Our customer's model hair length. I apply one cut straight to medium size, starting from the front of the hair. First curtain on the front parts, and other parts of the light folded. We apply a moving haircut design. There will be no very busy floors. Front part, folding when making curtain cardamom from the finishing line of the eyebrow, E to the front part. I create a triangle 1 distinction by creating a purchase pattern from the end of the eyebrows to form the EE triangle in the front. By creating create a full triangle pattern. I apply folding process starting from the front part while cutting the E section on the right. I'm going to the left. For me to capture an angle of 45 degrees more comfortably, I'm going to my customer's left. And from the left side, E hair with a 45 lira combing angle. Beautiful. 1. I start the curtain frame design by folding. First I cut the right side. While cutting the right side, I pass to the left side of my customer. Here E. Diagonal to the back to create folding to the back, creating a cross distinction. Hair on the front. Scanning here, guinea cross with 1 scan style. Combing the hair to 1 single 1 point. Hereby creating a sharpening cutting technique, and this is in the front while scanning a certain point. I guide the first pinch we cut. After seeing the guide size here, as you can see, with a net 1 cutting stroke, that is, with the sharpening cutting technique, I cut and comb the hair on the front. E, because I scanned at only 1 point, and when I scan the front, the back sides are long. Front sides get 1 fold view. Her hair is too dense here, E without folding and the length of the hair. By preserving, that is, folding the front parts of the hair, for the rear sides to provide 1 view without shortening. The front of the hair to a single point, that is, we cut it 1 ago. Curtain cardamom, E with hair length. And by applying E, scanning the front to a single point. E, I created 1 cutting process. And here the back parts of the hair are long, the front parts are folded. There are also flaws in the back, but there are not very dense flaws. After cutting the right side, I go to the left side. The same technique, I apply it on the left side too. So my customer. I pass to the right side of our customer while cutting the left side. And, while creating curtain bangs, comb the hair towards a certain point, and here I cut by applying 1 angle of 45 degrees. After providing this E again, towards the back E diagonal from the peak, so cross by creating 1 cross distinction up to the neck. This distinction we created, scanning to the front. After scanning, I scan to a certain point. I'm applying a 45 lira angle again, and the curtain I cut before 1. Cardamom hair, E neck. E taking the guide so that paint. I'm scanning in 1 convenient way. I see my guide, and E, I do cutting with 1 scissor stroke. Then 2, E, I take the piece 2 guinea. I scan it towards the same front part. And here I comb the hair towards a single point. Hair, E, cut point. I take it as a guide. I scan and see your shortness there, and I cut the hair. I'm cutting it to a certain point here, for scanning and creating an angle of 45 grooves from above. Fold it towards the back because I cut it from the top, and longer 1 view of the back side, and shortening the length of the hair, obstructing and movable fronts folded. A long look at the back we get. If you want to get a haircut like this, my channel, a video section. You can watch our other videos, so if you want to get a haircut, social media addresses are available in the description section of my video. Reaching here, you can come to my salon and get haircutting service from me, or places in Istanbul, Beylikdüzü. Hope to see you. We will be with you with new videos. Take good care of yourself. Hello friends, welcome to my channel. To you today, light haircut. I will explain in detail how to do this. We make basic distinctions when cutting hair. First basic distinction, profile distinction. Profile separation. E from the middle of two eyebrows, straight separation, where we are separated to the neck. We say profile separation. 2. Separation crown separation. Crown separation is also straight from one ear to the other ear. 1. The distinction we have separated as a line is called the crown separation. With these two distinctions, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. Now we divide our hair into 4 main sections. From the back part, we will determine the length of the hair by creating one horizontal distinction. So here to determine what size the hair is. First we will create one horizontal distinction and form the basis of the hair. So we will cut your hair length. Here is the first from the middle part from the back E, after cutting the short part. Other parts too. Creating horizontal separation in one way. Whether in 4 pieces or 3 pieces. We cut it in one-step way. This is gradual. More homogeneous distribution of hair by cutting with separations. We make the hair scatter together, friends. I'm cutting the length of the hair here, and the ends of the hair in the next process. With light folding process, in the front of the hair. By applying the folding process E, to get a beautiful one look. Good luck, friends. Yes, here because our model has thin hair. Very dense flaws. Make the ends of the hair look thin. Light hair to prevent. Suitable for hair structure. The front parts of the hair by applying the folding process. Giving movement to the back. To be fuller. Applying straight one cut. We will create one beautiful model of our hair now. If you want to have one haircut like this. Social in the description part of my video. Media address is available. We can reach here and come to my hall and meet. Hello, you can get haircut service from me. Here from the end of the eyebrows. E, we will apply folding process to the front part. Here from the end of the eyebrow to the front part. They were creating a purchase motif distinction. We will apply a folding process to the front of the hair. When applying the folding process, let's say we separate the hair from the middle part, or what part you want to separate, to create one distinction suitable for the outlet place of hair. Yes. First we ask our customer about the distinction of hair. Which one? You make a distinction in the direction according to him. We apply folding process. Because he separated his hair from the middle part of our model. We start our process by eliminating E and separating, cutting hair here. First, we will cut the right side. Then we cut the left side while cutting the right side. Now we go to the end of our customer, passing to our customer's right while cutting the left side. So we work more comfortably and angle better one way. For us to offer, and which of our customers we cut forward to the opposite side, we stop and cut there. Here after cutting the front parts. Here. Then I split the hair in half. Profile separation and sleeping on the front. We comb the hair. And later, your hair all forward. Here we scan and take the end parts. Your hair here moves the front parts, but at the back, prevents very dense flaws. And here to the front, because we are folding, and no way there is one knee section long in the hair, and the mistake, see, to be blocking, here by creating celestial distinctions, and combing the hair towards the front. So now we continue our hair cutting process. Now, as you can see here, the right side of our customer. I cut the right part, on the left side of the client, 40 and 45-degree angles. And we continue our haircut. Now here is our customer, when we create folding. He doesn't want the back part to shorten. We are also our customer, with slight movements from the front for folding process to ensure hair. Our customer's hair, fixed design here on the front. By applying one technique we call line, moving the front parts, make the back parts look longer. And we apply one such study to prevent it from shortening. See you soon. Yes, this work is on the back. A little more V-shaped. Very nice one look. In denser bushy hair now because the hair is thin. And our customer who uses the hair inwards, more folded inwards of the front parts. When we do the forming process, makes it get one more beautiful look. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel. See you, friends. Hello, friends. Today you have a straight haircut. Curtain bangs, aka cartoon banks. Haircut. How to design it, I will explain it in detail. We create the first basic distinctions. We will divide the hair into 4 main sections. Our distinction to the first main section is profile separation. Profile separation 2. To the distinction we have separated from the eyebrow mark to the neck. We call it straight profile separation. Later crown separation. Crown separation from ear level to other ear. The straight separation we have separated. We call the crown distinction. When we create these distinctions, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. First part, I will apply straight haircut. Hair in the first part. I create one horizontal distinction from the nape part. And determine the size we will cut. We will apply the first basic distinction, straight haircut, from the back part. I created a horizontal distinction and I cut the basis of the hair Right now I created a straight 1E cut here. This straight cut, then gradually upwards, creating horizontal separations. Her hair is the same size in the section where I cut it straight. I will cut, that is, the hair point we cut before as a sheath. I saw it and I cut it straight with one scissor stroke. And after equalizing that part in the same way, I'm opening the other part too. As you can see, the top. At the bottom, I combine it with the guide we cut and cut it to the same size. As you can see here, with sharpening cutting technique, that is, straight truss service. I'm creating a straight one cut. Then from behind, the long remaining part is horizontal again, one in a gradual way, by creating a distinction. I keep cutting. That is one straight line by scanning the back part backwards. Clear one cut by forming line. I'm doing it so my hair's on the back. I specify for free and create one straight cut. The right and left are the same. Scanning backwards. I'm creating a straight one cut. We have determined the basis of the hair, that is, the length of the hair. Now I'm going to part 2. After determining the length of the hair, I will apply a folding process and curtain cardamom on the front, that is, curtain bank haircut. I created a profile separation between the middle and 2 to create the hair. From 2 eyebrows, we created one distinction towards the neck, this profile distinction, and from the end of the eyebrow starting to the front, but just motif. I reserved the section, guys. From here in the first place, right side, I go to the left side of my customer because I cut it and the chin. I'm setting E1 guide from the line. E and from here to be mobile in the front, that is, the story. From the jaw level to stop the longest, set the shortest section. Create a cross-one distinction. In D, I created a cut at an angle of 45 degrees. Then behind the ear, E, I created one diagonal distinction. Front of the hair, the same way you see guinea. I continue from the right part, like this part. It's like 45 degrees with the hair point I cut before. I will apply angle folding process. I scan as you can see. I lifted our customer's height slightly and his head slightly up, and the sheath from the hair point I passed before. See, and at an angle of 45 degrees, I applied the cutting process because I cut the hair in half here, starting from the top of the other back, creating one horizontal distinction. I'm creating a new cross E1, as you can see. I'm combing with the lowest hair length I've cut before. With the longest part, I set my guide and create horizontal separations gradually, combing the hair forward. And following the guidance we have set, I'm applying a folding process. Here, combing the hair forward, your hair again the way I combed it here. Crossway E, I'm scanning friends. So, to the cover we have determined on the front. So in a way, suitable for hair length. Did you drink the cut with a straight scissor blow again? Because I scanned the front here, their backs stay longer and E stays behind longer. Unfolding process when we leave it towards the back. So it's layered and it's layered. Both your hair is not gone. Here I cut the first eye step, then I cut the second piece. Guinea is also on the left. I created a purchase motif from the end line of the eyebrow to the peak. I'm scanning it diagonally again. And shortness, so I'm setting my guide. What size your hair will be at the level of your chin. I sharpened one direction and crossed one way. So diagonal 1 E angle with one cut angle of 45 degrees. I will cut. Yes, I see my guide and I scanned it diagonally. I'm cutting my client's left side late, this time but on the right side of my client. I'm cutting by finding friends. Then from the peak E, one cross to the back of the ear. I created one diagonal distinction and one from the hair point I cut before. Cross again, seeing my guide 1. Cutting at an angle of 45 degrees with a scanning angle. Folding process. I'm creating. Here we ensure that the front parts are folded, friends. I saw my sword here, I cut it the same size. Cross the front parts to the back parts. This is the point I have reserved, friends. Now create horizontal separations. In a gradual way up to the neck. Combing forward, I will apply my cutting process. This process is hair folding. As you can see here, cross one scan angle. I created it, and from the nape part to the front part. Yes, the longest part. I take it as a guide and continue my cutting process. As you can see, I'm scanning guinea. I create horizontal Bs gradually. I'm combing the hair point I cut before. I see my guide. What does the guide mean? 1 means the hair size we cut before. I'm scanning the previous. The hair length I cut. I cut this process to the same size after seeing it. I'm applying it until I get to the section on the nape, friends. I see my guide, as you see. And I cut the sharp horse-cutting technique with straight scissors service. Friends, our haircut is over. Now your hair E. Thinning your hair. 3. For applying straight scissor stroke on the ends. E. I need to thin it with some effigy scissors. I'm here with the feely scissors, the ends of the hair. Pictas technique. I soften, as you can see. So by adding some E motion to the ends of the hair, I'm thinning. Get the hard look here. You know the hard look? We eliminate it with pictage technique. Such guinea by creating horizontal separations and scanning forward. As you can see in the hair spot I cut before, I apply a thinning process, right and left in the same way, separating into pieces, into slices. I apply a thinning process. You too, curtain bangs. Curtain banks. If you want to get a haircut in Beylik Düzü, you can come to my salon and get hair cutting service from me. About coloring and other hairdressing services, I can serve. I'm working by appointment. In the description of my video of the hall, the social media address is available. Reaching here as an appointment by reaching the social media address. Haircut coloring. On the subject of hairdressing services, you can create an appointment. Like my video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, dear friends. Thanks to you, my channel is growing day by day, and we become a bigger family. And our videos. If you want to be aware of my new videos, if you activate my channel's notification bell from my new videos, you can be informed. Our haircut is over. Now it's the last for you. I will show you after blow dry. Moving, as you can see, what we call layered one hair design curtain bangs. Moving hair design. I have presented our work to you. Take care to see you with new videos. I wish you a good day.
Hello friends, today, Bob Haircut Design, I will explain in detail how to do this *E hair is divided into 4 main sections. First, profile separation, then the coronation, after creating a coronation *, creating 2 distinctions from the back *, and we will form the basis of your profile E haircut E first. As a basis, first E, starting from the left side. I created 1 sleeveless, and in accordance with this cover I determined your hair length, and then gradually moving it upwards, both folded *E. Bob haircut cut at 45-degree angles. 1. I will create a bob haircut. First, I created the basic separations. As you can see, after cutting the foundation, after cutting his neck, this size *, we will set as a guide * one way in accordance with this guide. We will continue our cutting second stage. From the left side *, I continue as 1 left, 1 right * E diagonal. 1 at an angle of 45 degrees in accordance with the sword I cut at the bottom *, and I keep building floors *. As you can see, I created an angle of 45 degrees. *E diagonal by *. I created an angle, and it fits the sleeve at the bottom *E. I continue cutting at an angle of 45 degrees *, and following my cover 1 from the hair point, I cut before an E with the sharpening cutting technique. I apply the cut and graduation on the back of the hair toe, create the appearance. I'm applying a folding process *, so at a 45-degree angle with cross separations *E, I keep cutting *, as you can see here, horizontal 1. E * separation process. Here I'm creating a cut here, horizontal E. As you can see here, when I cut the floors *, we are completed, and the horizontal here is 45 degrees *. We have created an angle. Because it is horizontal, according to output direction, then I adapt, and before *, after. Seeing the hair point I cut, I keep cutting. Then 3. Asterisk, I'm going to the level. As you can see, there is also guinea eye created a diagonal 1 distinction, and I cut it, then 1 asterisk my sheath at the hair point. I cut before saw and cut on the same plane. I continued asterisk here. I came to the highest point after the 3rd level asterisk, and still the same height. I finished cutting. Now we keep on cutting asterisk after cutting the left side. The right side is also creating cross separations. So by creating diagonal distinctions asterisk, I keep making sure I created a cross separation here. I saw my hair guide that I had cut before and end in a cross way. So at a 45-degree angle asterisk, let's continue. Cutting from top to bottom asterisk, I start cutting from above. I see my guide in a cross way. I cut it and cut it after seeing the 45-degree angle, and folded to the bottom. I continue by adapting my floors. Yes, after cutting this part E asterisk, we cut the back part, guys. E, we do the height and E folding process. Then I'll go to the front E. After finishing the cut, this process after doing it, cross 1 distinction on the front. Again asterisk, I create 1 horizontal distinction, and after creating this horizontal separation, I see my guide in the back asterisk combing hair backwards in the same plane I cut it the same size when I scan slightly backwards asterisk. Front of the hair is a little longer. Its 1 view back part extends slightly from the back to the short front 1E. There will be hair design as you can see here. E. If you want a flatter look, if you want a blunt look horizontal in the same plane asterisk, by creating a distinction, E using the ruler on the back again, E. We can cut it straight asterisk, but if you want the front to be a little longer, asterisk scanning. Backwards E, the front of the hair is longer when you cut it. There will be 1 shorter image behind. If you apply it like this asterisk E. If the front is long and the back is short, there will be 1 image. E, when I see the point, I create a horizontal distinction and E piece by scanning backwards E with the hair point. I cut before, so I equate each other asterisk as you can. See asterisk, yes. Here again the same horizontal 45-degree angles E. I continue by preserving C. You soon, yes, I scanned it backwards here too. And after seeing the 45 lira angle asterisk, I keep making sure here to check some. I continue on the same plane asterisk. Then the peak and the floors asterisk, I make a vertical distinction in the same way asterisk. Cut it at an angle of 45 degrees asterisk. Yes, I cut from workout here I created a 45-degree deficit, and I made my cut here. You comb your hair backwards asterisk. It's more curved when we blow dry. So engraving, we will have the look hair length of our model from the front asterisk after determining the hair separation. Now E distinction to the left side. We have seen that left side separation to the front asterisk E light. 1 E. We will add texture asterisk here. After creating a diagonal end parts. Little light again. I'm applying a folding process. I'm separating slices. Here, after cutting the first slice from the hair point, I cut before I'm getting an equalizing asterisk. I cut also in my 3rd slice after. Seeing my guide forward, I cut it diagonally with the scroll technique. After cutting the front part I asterisk, I'm checking and picking up the ends. Yes, asterisk, as you can see my side here. Using it as a ruler E behind the hair for a smoother image asterisk E, and I cut it with a straight scissor stroke asterisk. I will blow dry after cutting, and after the blow dry light hair, again asterisk, I will apply the personalization. Process hair here E, yes I blow. Dry on the back, I'm looking again. E, I continue with the personalization. Process here is your hair at the bottom. If there are errors and protrusions, do them properly. E, I'm packing with scissors, yes, and cut the hair at an angle of 45 degrees. Again, E.1 soften the ends of the hair with the cutting technique, yes. You can also call it point cutting technique here. Cross her hair, you know. It's not vertical. It's a slight cross to Guinea E. Between the touches in the hair E. Then applying scissor blows, we soften the hard image. Yes, here asterisk vertical second stage. Vertical, 1 E to the ends of the hair. E, point cutting and pectas technique asterisk E. I apply softening process asterisk with pictus. Technique on 3 parts of the scissors passing of hair. By applying softening process, we make it softer here on the back floors to get smoother transitions asterisk. Applying the pectas. Technique, we make the hair pass. Greetings. You too, if you want to make one cut like this in the description of the video asterisk. My social media addresses will be available. See you here. Reaching out with me asterisk from my social media. Addresses in the description section of my video reaching. You can come to my salon and get a haircut service. I'm working by appointment. See you soon asterisk. Yes. Appointment by reaching social media addresses. You can get Yes Bob Haircut asterisk Pixie. Haircut, layered haircut, and other hairdressing services. Asterisk, you can get Umber Retouch Honey. We also have coloring service like Brush Like Yes. As you can see here, comb I combed back, and the hair I equate with the point cutting technique. Asterisk, yes. As you can see, the front is long short back and folded. Our Bob haircut service is okay asterisk. Don't forget to like my video and subscribe to my channel asterisk. See you soon.
Hello friends, welcome to our channel. I'm with you with one new video. Gradient to you today, Bob haircut design. I will explain in detail how it is done. I first create our basic distinctions. First, a separate profile distinction. How do I create profile separation? To the beginning of the forehead, straight line in 1 stripes. To the distinction we have reserved until the end of the neck. We say profile separation. Crown separation in division 2. Crown separation is also 2 eyebrows, 2 ears apart, 1. The distinction we have separated from ear to ear. We call crown separation. With this distinction, we divide the hair into 4 main sections. So profile separation and crown separation hair automatically 4. We separate the main part. We make this distinction first. When creating a distinction, because we will form the basis of the bob distinction here. From the bottom of every distinction, I'm creating 1 horizontal distinction. After creating the distinction on the right and left sides, as you can see again, E here, I clearly state with lines. After creating this separation, we will cut the basic length of the hair. In this distinction, after cutting hair length, without creating any mistakes, is your right side short? Is your left side long? It's like it happened, we eliminate the problems. First, we determine the length of the hair. Here is our E-guide hair length. From the middle part of the hair, from the neck, we want to see, creating a distinction. The first distinction is a distinction where we will determine the length of the hair, as you can see here. Starting from the middle part, we will cut the other parts to the same size. We will start from the nape part, and when I come to the front parts, light 1 horizontal at an angle of 45 TL, short to forward 1A. We will continue our haircut with an angle. As you can see here, with the sharp horse cutting technique. With straight scissor stroke, I continue our haircut. After crossing to the left, we use our comb as a ruler. The hair point we cut before, aligning comb with 6 haircut technique. We cut straight one way. If you want here, you can also cut it straight in one way. If you want, it's a little lighter to make the front a little longer. Horizontal 1 distinction, exhibiting a horizontal 1E grip. 1 slightly forward at a slightly 45-degree angle. We can get in view. If you want the light front to be long here, comb a little horizontally in one way. Then we can make it look longer one by holding. After cutting here, the left side is the same as the right side. Here to prevent the protrusion of the ear, so I scan it backwards, separating it from the middle part of the ear. Lightweight, and prevent the protrusion of the ear here, you know, your hair, to prevent it from being crooked. After separating, my comb is slightly forward again, a slightly curved shape. Holding it so I don't cut it straight, to provide a slightly forward-looking one. Light 1E monthly. With comb grip. Light forward. To provide one extending appearance. I hold it at that angle and I continue my cut here light. Comb with a slight 45-degree diagonal separation. Diagonale ignite combe. I cut after holding it the same way. And the front of the light hair gets a longer one look. As you can see here, I create the second distinction. After cutting the basic structure of the hair, I'm creating the horizontal separation again in the second stage. Here I am creating one distinction from the middle again. And after creating a distinction, I will create a horizontal 45-degree angle. I'm combing the hair here. I'm looking from the bottom, seeing the hair point I cut before. Then, lifting slightly upwards horizontally, holding at 1E angle. I apply cut. This angle is kept here. Horizontal is a 45-degree angle. Again in the same way 1. The next section in the same way. Again with the sniper cutting technique. I continue my haircut with straight scissors blow. The hair I cut as a guide in the middle. The left and right sides are the same. I continue by cutting guinea 2, 1. I'm creating a distinction here. I'm creating horizontal distinctions. You too. My video, like and express your thoughts in the comments. I want friends. If you like my video and if you also share your social media address, we will reach many people. The second distinction. Guinea this time. Guinea horizontal 45-degree angle. By following the hair point we passed before, I continue our haircut. I cut the first and second steps at a horizontal 45-degree angle. In the videos section of my channel, videos available in many categories. You can also watch these videos, guys. Haircut coloring. Keratin hair care. Ombre sombre. Blonde hair opening. Many services such as painting. You can find it in the videos section of my giant channel. And if you want to get a haircut service from me, my channel, 3 social media addresses are available in the description section. By reaching my hall from here, haircut service. And you can also get other hairdressing services. After cutting this length, our model wanted her neck to be a little shorter. That's why we're still the same Shortened in the section I told you by shortening now 3. We went to the section. Here a 3. Guinea horizontal, yeah, because we came to the top in the section. Exiting E from 45 whole angle. Vertical this time. I created one distinction here, vertical 45s. We will create an angle, guys. And cut from there. As you can see here, we cut it before, from the hair point. Creating a vertical 45-degree angle. I create a vertical 45-degree angle and I keep cutting hair. This is one angle that we describe as vertical 45 degrees. The hair point we cut before, well, after seeing it as a guide. With vertical separations, create the 45-degree angle. We continue our gravitation bob cutting here. I cut it in the middle here and I cut the left side. And the left side, backside of 3 main sections. 3 vertical, by creating separations slice by slice. The at 45-degree angle. I continue our haircut. After cutting this section, after cutting at 45-degree angle, as you can see, I look at the middle part and check. And so 45 quarter angle again. We continue our cut. What? Here from the back. Because there is a slight length on the front, I equated it with the length of your hair. Any now. From our first distinction on the left. Comb again after separating. With our comb. Slightly forward. I'm scanning. Our comb. Yes. As you can see, the back of the hair is dyed. Using our comb like a ruler. Straight one way. I'm cutting. Here is a light one forward length, friends. Not straight our comb. You can also keep it slightly horizontal to look longer. Here we use our comb as a ruler. We continue our haircut, friends. Likewise on the right. I scan properly and one hair point we cut before as a guide. I continue my haircut. Here is the comb 6 haircutting technique. As you can see, I saw the previous haircut point. Under my comb and flush, I continue the haircut. I combed my comb properly with a warm comb, and I aligned the hair with the hair point I had cut before. After aligning, I continued cutting. I'm checking a little here. Sometimes here according to the fall of hair. I cut according to the fall of the hair. Sometimes hair can be worn. After checking to see if there is an error at the bottom, we will continue our process, guys. Now, friends, we determined our cut, the model of the hair. I switched to the personalization EE section here. Friends, so that there is no hard-won image on the ends of the hair. Me starting from the neck again with green scissors. Step by step. I'm doing thinning. Here I apply it to the ends of the hair. Before the bottom of the hair, do your hair with unbreakable scissors. Starting from the middle part, as you can see from the end parts. Apply thinning process. In the process I did here. More homogeneous distribution of the haircut. And to avoid scissors, thinning with fine scissors. I'm doing the procedure on the ends of the hair. Here by separating the hair gradually with thin slices. Thinning the ends of the hair. Here and done work. In the process we have done. You may have gotten the density of the hair too. So we may have, if your model complains about the density of the hair. With this kind of operation, you can get the hoage density just by thinning it. But if you don't want one hard image on the ends of the hair, here, with the same process you can soften the ends of the hair. To make transitions look healthier. End parts. By thinning process, we can soften it with this kind of thinning process. We make sure that your transitions are one more beautiful image.